Hello everyone. So in this lecture, we will see how we can configure our local repository. So I'm going to use Git for local repository so that my source code is version controlled on my local system. And for the remote repository, I'm going to use GitHub. All right. So Git is already installed on my system. If I run the command git ---- version, so you can see Git 2.50 Windows version is installed. But if Git is not installed on your system, then what you need to do, you need to go to Git SCM download. Okay, so this is the website, official website, and from here you just need to follow the steps to install Git on your operating system. If you are using Mac operating system, then Mac, Linux, or Windows. For now, I'm using Windows operating system, and I have already downloaded. So latest version is 2.51, but I have 2.50. That is fine. So you can download and install it. So once it is installed, then once it is installed, then you can see the git version command in your PowerShell, or I have opened in the Visual Studio. In the Visual Studio, this terminal is basically having the Git version and it returns me 2.50. You need to make sure that you are in the banking DevOps folder. Okay. So when you are in this folder, now I need to initialize my local repository. To do that, I will run git init command. Okay. If you are new to Git, then probably that is a separate topic or series which you need to learn about the Git. Okay, but I'm considering that you are already aware about the Git because we are developing the DevOps project, right? So Git init. So when you run this command, it will initialize one uh, repository which is having everything into .git folder. Now, next thing is that I want to set up the author name and I want to set up the email of the author. To do that, you need to run a command git configure or git config and -- local. I'm creating a local configuration file, and I want to give a user dot name, and I'll call it as username. You can give anything. So I'm giving Raman. So I'm considering Raman is the code owner of this project. So I'll give the name Raman. Same way, I want to give the email of Raman. So I will say email and I'll just say Raman Sharma 95 at gmail.com. Okay. So this is the email which I have configured for my local repository. Now I want to commit this code. So if you see here in the Visual Studio Code, it is saying there are 40 changes which you need to commit. Okay, so this is the version control system you can see here. You can do everything through Visual Studio Code also. Okay, but for now, I'm using this terminal. So next, what I will do, I will just run a command git add and dot. So it will add all my working files into the stage area. Okay, so there are some warnings. You can ignore that for now. No, if I say git commit -m, and I will say what is the commit, what is the purpose of this. So I will say banking application application initial version. And I will just name it 01. Okay. So now I have committed this code. When you commit this code, then now you see that that 40 which was written here, that is gone. Now when you commit this code, then if I say git and status, so you can see there is nothing to be committed and everything is committed here, right? And there is a branch get created which is master branch. So you can see the branch git branch command. So you can see that there is a single branch which is master branch. If you want to keep master branch, that is fine, but I'm changing it to the main branch. So the command is git branch minus m, and I want to change it to the main branch. Now my branch name is changed from master to main. So if I run this command again, which is git branch command, so you can see my current branch is main branch. So in this lecture, we have seen that how we have configured the local repository. In next lecture, we will create a remote repository on GitHub with the name of the banking app DevOps, and we will push our code into that particular repository. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next lecture.